I'm Carey Heavner's sister, and as you know, Carey Heavner had colon cancer. She she would have been in 6th grade this year, and she found out she had cancer 2 summers ago. She was on vacation, and she started throwing up a lot. And when we took her to the doctor, they said that she had a virus, and she kept throwing up. And my mom knew that something was wrong. It was just a mother's instinct. So we took her to Charlotte Hospital, and they seen a blockage on her colon, and she had stage 4 colon cancer. The cancer affected a lot of things, emotionally and physically, with Carey. She had a lot of rough times, but a lot of good times too. She never gave up hope. And no matter what went wrong, she always had faith that things were going to get better. And she never worried once about herself. She always thought about others, no matter what. No matter how long it took, she was going to make sure everything was okay with everybody else before it was okay with her. And she loved everybody. She didn't even have to know you, and she loved you. When we first found out that Carey had cancer, I didn't really know what to do, because it's not every day that you find out that a family member has cancer, especially one that you see every day. My mom and dad were devastated because we've never had to deal with anything like this before. Carey was my best friend. She was always there for me. When my friends at school wasn't, I talked to her before I talked to my mom and my dad. She knew every secret, everything about me. She knew. And the hardest part was to have to watch her go through the things that she went through, knowing that she's never hurt anyone in this world. She would never do anything to hurt anyone. She was the sweetest person you could ever meet. And to know that she had cancer, and that she was sick and hurt and in pain every day, it was so unfair. And sometimes she would get angry because she didn't understand why it had to be her, why it couldn't be somebody else. But she would rather it be on her than anybody in this world, because she loved her family and her friends. But even though she got aggravated sometimes when her friends would have sleepovers and she couldn't go out and do stuff like normal kids could do, she always kept hope that things was going to get better. And she had more hope than we did. To the very end, she knew that everything was going to be okay. She was so thankful for everything everybody did for her. Boston helped out. They helped out so much that she never had to ask for anything. It was always there. She got everything she wanted. And if she didn't, somebody would go to the end of the earth to get it for her. She was unbelievable. It's supposed to be to where she looks up to me, but it wasn't that way at all. I looked up to her more than anything. She had more strength and more courage than I could ever imagine of having. She never got down. Not one time did I hear her complain the year that she had cancer. I never heard her complain. She would get upset, yeah, but she would never complain. She was so strong. It's unbelievable. And it not only affected her, but it affected our family too. We got to do a lot of good things, but there was bad things that come with it. We got to get her just the Beaver tickets, front row seats, and she even got to meet him. And it was a couple of weeks before she died. She was so happy that she cried. She cried when she got to meet him because it's her wish that she wanted. She got to ride in a limo, and she was so excited. It was the best night of her life, is what she said. And then that summer we got to go to Disney World. She liked it a lot. She didn't get to do as much as she wanted to because of all the things she had hooked up to her and stuff like that, but she got to do enough to where she loved it. She was scared of not seeing us anymore, to where she would wake up in the middle of the night and she would ask me if she was gonna die. And if she did get out of heaven, she wanted me to make sure that everybody else went too, that everybody was living right, because she didn't want to be having anyone left out. She wanted everyone to be there with her. She always worried about other people. She was scared at first of the time because there wasn't much we could do for her. She could have another surgery, but she didn't want to. She didn't really give up. She was ready to leave, and she realized it was time, I think. And even though it was nearing the end, she eventually was okay with dying. And she wasn't scared. She would wake up in the middle of the night and tell moms about her dreams about going to heaven and doing all these fun things. And my mom would lay in bed with her, and she'd hear Carey talking in her sleep, talking about how heaven is so cool and how she can't wait. And she was asking God when he could come and get her because she didn't want to hurt anymore. She would tell my mom that Jesus was going to come and get her, that he was coming to get her soon. And my mom, it took so much for my mom to not cry. Every minute she would tell me and my mom that she loved us very much and that we meant everything to her. She, on September 9th, 2010, she had a seizure. And I come home from school and she couldn't talk. She would just make noises. She would hold your hand and kiss you. Her nurse said that she only had a couple hours. So we called the family, and at 2:30, she passed away. And she, it's hard sometimes because me and my family, we, we want her to be there with us. It's something you can't get used to. It's something you can't explain to where you just, she's supposed to be there. She was supposed to be there when we go to the beach during the summers. She's supposed to be there whenever I need to talk to her. She's supposed to be there for her birthday. It's just a habit, and it's so hard to get used to. There's so many things that I wish we could have done, but if there was one thing that I would ever want to tell anyone, especially young people my age, do not take advantage of your sisters or your brothers, because one day they might not be there. And sometimes you might not get the chance to stay by. I didn't get to tell her because I had no idea. When I come home, she couldn't talk. There was so many things that I wanted to apologize for. So many things I wanted to tell her, talk to her about, and I couldn't. The feeling is unexplainable. You can't explain it. It's like an emptiness that will never be filled. And I try to help my mom and my dad because they're taking it hard. My mom, she tries so hard to stay busy and do stuff, but it's never enough. Carey was so wonderful and amazing. She was the most sweetest, strongest person you'll ever meet. And she would do anything for anybody. So in return, me and my family made a foundation. It's called Carey Heavner Foundation. It's to where we raise money to help other kids that have cancer, to help their families pay bills, and chemotherapy is rough. And we help pay with that, and light bills. Some people can't afford the light bill. We had to have help. We couldn't do it. It was so much, and without the community, we would have not made it. There was no way. We're still paying for stuff that happened a long time ago. Bills that happened a long time ago, we're still paying for them. And without the community that helped us, we would never, ever have made it. There's no way.